In the 2024 general election, Kirsty Blackman held Aberdeen North for the Scottish National Party by a margin of about 1,800 votes. However, in the previous general election, her constituency had been the safest SNP seat. She dropped from getting 54% of the vote in 2019 to 34.5% in 2024. This reflected her party's broader fortunes in the year's national poll, with the SNP dropping from 48 seats in Westminster to 9. But as we'll see, it's also a little hard to compare things for Aberdeen North, as her constituency has changed quite a bit. Located on the northeast coast of Scotland, the constituency covers the northern half of the Aberdeen City Council area. The city is known for its locally sourced granite buildings, and its inhabitants speak the dialect Doric, which is spoken across the northeast of Scotland. The local economy is linked with the North Sea oil and gas industry, with the city sometimes being dubbed the country's oil capital. However, things are changing. The Energy Climate Intelligence Unit think tank has reported that around 90% of the North Sea's oil and gas has potentially been extracted already, with production peaking in 1999. As a result, while production continues, the industry is in decline. Many of the area's traditional industries, including textiles, papermaking, shipbuilding and fishing, have also declined or gone. For example, the Stonywood paper mill, which dated back to 1770, closed in 2022, bringing an end to the centuries-old industry in the city. In response to the decline of North Sea oil, the Aberdeen area is attempting to shift toward renewable energy and the net zero economy. The city is also still home to notable research organisations, including the Rowett Research Institute, which is located within the constituency and focuses on food and nutrition. The institute's work also highlights the area's links with the sciences, food and drink, and technology sectors. The University of Aberdeen's main campus is also in the constituency, as is its Forester Hill campus, one of Europe's largest healthcare complexes. The university is one of Scotland's 4 ancient universities and can trace its roots back to 1495. On the constituency's coast, there are several golf courses next to the beach. These include the Royal Aberdeen Golf Club, said to be the 6th oldest in the world, and there are a number of other leisure facilities in the area, such as the Aberdeen Sports Village. Demographically, Aberdeen North deviates from national averages in Britain by being highly secular, according to 2021 and 2022 census data. Around 60% of the local population identify as having no religion, putting it in the top 10 of the most secular and notably higher than the average across Great Britain, which is about 38%, though below the national average. Aberdeen North also has higher levels of deprivation than Aberdeen South, which covers the southern half of the city. For example, according to the local intelligence hub, estimated child poverty is about 25.5% in Aberdeen North and 20% in its neighbour. The UK national average is about 29%. The constituency of Aberdeen North has changed. This followed the overhaul of the boundaries in the UK ahead of the 2024 general election. The area covered by Aberdeen North significantly expanded its northern footprint, absorbing towns and housing estates in areas including Dice, Dainston and Bridge of Don. This redrawing of the boundaries brought major infrastructure into the new constituency, including Aberdeen International Airport and its heliport, which serves the oil and gas industry. These changes also added sitting just to the airport south, the P&J Live, a large indoor event complex that opened in 2019. The complex also forms a part of the efforts to transition Aberdeen away from oil and gas, to offset its expansion. Aberdeen North lost its most southern urbanised area, the George Street Harbour Ward. There were also other changes along this southern boundary, such as for the Mid-Stockett Rosemount Ward, as well as the absorption of the Woodend General Hospital. Kirsty Blackman won this newly formed seat in the 2024 general election. Though it's difficult to compare like for like, estimates suggest her vote would have dropped by about 18.5%. If the new boundaries had been in place in the previous general election in 2019, these estimates also noted that Labour would have seen a vote increase by about the same percentage. Kirsty Blackman was born and raised in Aberdeen, and she was educated at Robert Gordon's College, a local private school, after winning a scholarship. She studied medicine at the University of Aberdeen, but left the course after a year. In an interview with the Huffington Post, she said she realised the course was not the right decision for her at all, but she wanted to help people. She was unsure what to do next, but after being encouraged to do so, she stood for a council seat in Aberdeen. This engagement wasn't something entirely new. Her involvement in politics began early. When talking to the Huffington Post, she said her interest in politics and the SNP developed from her speaking about Scottish history with her family and visiting the historic sites in her region. She joined the Scottish National Party at 14 and has stated that she did so as she wanted Scotland to become an independent country. She was elected to Aberdeen City Council at the age of 21 in 2007, topping the poll in the Hilton-Stockett Hill ward. She was not the only young candidate, and several other younger councillors were also voted in. In fact, one was her brother John West, who was only 18. This made him the youngest councillor in Scotland at the time. Blackman told the Huffington Post the key factor that enabled her and the others to come through was Kevin Stewart, who was then the leader of Aberdeen Council. He has since served as a member of the Scottish Parliament for Aberdeen Central, but appears to be stepping back from politics. After retaining her seat in the City's Council vote of 2012, Blackman was first elected to the House of Commons in 2015. During her time in Westminster, she has highlighted the friction between parliamentary rules and being a parent, suggesting the need to make it more family-friendly. She has 2 kids with her husband, and she was also formally reprimanded in 2016 for bringing her children into a House of Commons committee room. Blackman has also spoken out about her own mental health and the need to address such issues. In July 2020, she stepped down from her role as the SNP's Westminster deputy leader, citing the severe impact of the coronavirus lockdown on her mental well-being, and stated that she was diagnosed with moderate depression. She returned to a leading SNP role in 2022, becoming the party's Shadow Secretary of State for Work and Pensions and the SNP's Cabinet Office Shadow Spokesperson at the end of the same year. In her work in Parliament, Blackman focuses on the cost of living and the transition away from fossil fuels towards the green economy in line with the needs of her constituency. She also works on migration. She currently holds the role of SNP Chief Whip in Parliament, a position which deals with party discipline, parliamentary attendance and MP professional and personal needs. She also maintains a shadow work and pensions role and has added that of being the SNP's shadow spokesperson for equalities. According to They Work For You, Blackman votes strictly in line with her party, holding a 100% alignment score with other SNP MPs over the last year of recorded votes, unsurprising given her position as Chief Whip. If we take a look at her early day motions, which are essentially voluntary parliamentary petitions MPs use to draw attention to causes they personally care about, Blackman's core focuses seem to include local Aberdeen pride, child welfare and women's safety. For example, she has often used these motions to highlight her constituency's heritage, charities and local heroes. This includes her addressing the return of the tall ships races to the city and spotlighting local female competitors such as Olympic skier Kirsty Blackman and esports competitor Kelsey Grieg. With regards to national issues and family welfare and gender equality, she has sponsored motions demanding the UK-wide rollout of the Scottish Child Payment to eradicate child poverty. She has also called on major online retailers to ban dare cards related to harassment and suggested the establishment of a formal women's caucus in Westminster, referring to female MPs working together to advance issues that affect women in particular. And so that's it for this time. Thank you for watching this episode, and if you're interested in these sorts of things, please consider subscribing.